Hello students, welcome to Top Scholars. Today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, that is distinction between solids, liquids and gases. Let's not waste time and quickly jump to the first point, that is definite shape and volume. We simply have to understand which of solid, liquid and gases have definite shape and volume. Solids have definite shape and volume. For example, a lunchbox. But what do you mean by definite shape and volume? It simply means that they cannot change their shape or volume by themselves. Liquids, on the other hand, they have definite volume but they do not have definite shape. Let's understand this with a simple example. Consider cold drink of about say 200 ml filled in a bottle. Students, please tell me what is the shape of the cold drink inside the bottle right now? Good, it is the shape of bottle. Now what will happen if I pour this all cold drink into a glass? Will the volume change? No, the volume will remain same. Thus, liquids have definite volume. But what about the shape, students? Will it change or will it remain same as it was in the bottle? Yes, it will change and the shape will become that of glass. And thus, students, we know here that liquids do not have definite shape but they only have definite volume. Similarly, in case of gases, they neither have definite shape nor definite volume. You can understand this thing very easily with an analogy with the liquids. I hope you have understood this point clearly. Let's move to the next point, that is rigidity of molecules. Simply whether the molecules can move or not. In solids, these molecules are rigid by nature. Easily you can see in this diagram that there is no place for the molecule to move. In liquids, on the other hand, they are non-rigid by nature. You can observe in this diagram that, students, the molecules are free to move, thus they are non-rigid by nature. Similarly, in gases, these molecules are again non-rigid, since the molecules can move very easily even compared to liquids. After understanding about rigidity of molecules, let's quickly jump to the next point, that is movement of molecules. Students, can you please tell me about the rigidity of molecules in solids, whether they are rigid or non-rigid? Yes, they are rigid, but the molecules in solids can vibrate, and they vibrate about to and fro motion about their mean positions. For example, the diagram shown below, the molecules can vibrate in to and fro motion only. Thus, they cannot leave their position. In liquids, on the other hand, as we have seen in the previous point, that the liquid molecules are free to roam but within the boundary only. Similarly, in gases, these molecules are even more free to move in the space available to them. Now, after understanding these points, let's move to the next point, that is stationary positions. I hope you have understood all the previous points. If you have understood them, you can answer the questions required for this point very easily. Stationary positions in this, simply just tell me solids have rigid molecules or non-rigid molecules. Yes, they have rigid molecules and they cannot leave their positions. Simply we can say in solids the molecules can remain close by from their fixed position. As we have seen in the previous point, that the molecules can vibrate about their mean position, thus they cannot leave their position, as you can see in the diagram below. In liquids, on the other hand, they are free to move, as we have seen in the previous point, and thus they are not stationary. Students, can you please tell me in gases how are the molecules placed? Are they free to move or not? Yes, they are free to move and thus they cannot remain stationary. As we can easily see from the diagrams given below, we can understand that the molecules and gases are even more free to move compared to liquids and solids.
To learn more about this topic, download Top Scholars app.